Shirley Alberto Martinez, CEO of Alas Matt Film and Comics, writer, author, illustrator, a street champion, road warrior, Drake, my first graphic novel. That's the thing you see right behind you, or right behind Kong, I should say, in the background. The Indiegogo page for that has closed, but I'm going to be opening it up in Kickstarter in a couple weeks. So if you're interested, shoot me a DM on Twitter. I'm on Alas Matt Films. You can hit me up with your email, and I'll add you on the mailing list before I launch the official Kickstarter mailing list. So just stay tuned for that, and I'll let you know when the mailing list for the Kickstarter version of Street Champion Road Warrior Drake goes live. You are looking at the official Playmates figure of King Kong as he appears in the upcoming Kong vs. Godzilla film. This is actually my second Kong toy review. I did an old versus new of King Kong back in 2012, I believe it was. Or was it 2011? I think it was 2011. Anyway, I will link the video to that review back in the description of this video. This is the part 2 of old versus new King Kong. And for reference, I will show the well, before I do that, before I show the comparisons, let me just talk about this figure. So this is the official Playmates figure for King Kong for the upcoming Kong vs. Godzilla film. And I will admit, when I heard that NECA lost the license to do the figures, the Godzilla figures, I was bummed out because even though Playmate, as of recently, has upped their game in their sculpting department, they're not in NECA's league. So I to me, it was like a step down when they were given the official license to make Godzilla toys. And of course, since they're doing the legendary MonsterVerse, that included doing Kong as well. So, what do I think of this figure? So, off the bat, I will say that for a Playmates figure, I am very impressed by it. Yes, I am very impressed by this figure. For a Playmates figure, it's very well made. The sculpting, the material that they make it with is pretty heavy. It's not hollow plastic like some later figures. It's decent material, so I like it. Posability, if you look at the arms, it goes sideways, front and back. It's got mobility on the elbows, in the hands. Not so much in the hands. Well, actually, no, it does. It has some. It's a little tight, but it does move in the hands as well. So it's got good posability in his arms. See, so Playmates gets a big acknowledgement for that. Uh, on the legs, it poses by the kneecaps, but and by the hips, but that's it. No mobility or posability, I should say, in the feet. So there's no joints there. But uh, the only thing about the figure is there's no um posability in the mouth. So if you look at it, his mouth, it's in a perpetual state of open mouthness. Is that even a term? No, I don't think it is. I gotta stop making up terms. So he's in a constant state of growling, but the face looks pretty good. I like the face a lot. It captures the essence of Kong. He's perpetually angry, and I like it. I like it a lot. Overall, this figure is a very good figure for a Playmates figure, for a Playmates Kong figure. Now, for comparison's sake, let me put it next to Toho's 1992 release of their Bandai Kong. As you can see, the Playmate is a little smaller in comparison, but this Kong was made in size ratio with the 8-inch line from Bandai back in the late 80s, early 90s. So it stands to reason that this Kong will be smaller. So yeah, he's a little bigger. Uh, Now, in the first Kong old versus new toy review video, I compared the Toho Kong with the Peter Jackson King Kong right here. And you can see that that Kong is actually a little bigger as well. However, if you remember that video, this Kong had 2 left feet, which was, I don't know how I ended up with a King Kong with 2 left feet. He stands okay, I guess, but it was a big problem for me. It was part of why I had problems kind of enjoying that particular figure because of that. Not to mention the fact that if you look at this Kong, his body, it doesn't speak power. Like you can see the power in his arms, you can see the power, especially in his bicep area. He's got the mass in the arms, but his body seems kind of, I don't know, a little wimpyish. It's not necessarily an imposing Kong, I would say. The sculpting of the face is pretty good, especially the battle damage, but this Kong, I have to say, was disappointing, especially with the imposability. As you can see, it doesn't do much in the opposing department. See, you can move the arms in a circular motion, but it doesn't go in. This is as much as you can bring it in. The fingers, you can pose them. Posability in the elbows. But that's it. No posability in the shoulders. So it's very disappointing for me as a collector. And only posability in the kneecaps and in the hips, but the hips only swing around. They don't go up or sideways. So, and of course he has the swing damage, but that's the extent of the posability. So this particular Kong, I have to say I wasn't completely happy with it per se. It left a lot to be desired. But I give credit where credit is due with Playmates. The body in this one, it does evoke the original Kong in many ways. You can even see some shades of De Laurentiis' Kong, some callback to it. But this one speaks power. Like I said, very impressed with this figure from Playmates. And now for the ultimate size comparison, the one that matters to me the most. Ta-da! Why, it's Godzilla, of course. This is the NECA's 1916. This is NECA's 1962 Godzilla, and the ratio is perfect. Kong doesn't go higher than Godzilla's neck. Actually, in the Toho version, Kong was a little shorter. I would say up to here, which was, I thought, a good difference in size. But the toy, I think, captures it pretty well, considering that this wasn't meant to be in ratio to this, but it's perfectly in ratio. So I'm happy about that. Um, so to me, this is a big deal for me that this Kong could be in ratio with this Godzilla, and I can relive the fights between King Kong and Godzilla just in time for the upcoming Godzilla vs Kong remake, which the trailers have left me a little underwhelmed. I have to say, because of the way they portrayed Kong and how they portrayed Godzilla. Kong seems to have gotten the upper hand in quite a few spots, which kind of leaves me feel kind of angry because like, what are they doing to Godzilla? But then, the rumors that this Godzilla could actually be Mecha Godzilla and that Godzilla is actually being manipulated, so it kind of throws the audience off. So I guess I can dig it. So we'll see what happens. But I think Godzilla's due his long overdue rematch against this guy, and he's due his revenge against this guy. So I have a good hope and feeling about that. So we'll see. Um, so I hope you guys enjoyed this review. I hope you are encouraged if you see this guy. Oh, the other thing I didn't mention is this Kong figure. It's only $9.99 at when I got it at Walmart. So for that price, it doesn't get any better than this. So I definitely recommend this figure. Um, Pick it up. It's a good addition to your kaiju collection. And you know, you can't go wrong with it. You absolutely cannot go wrong with it. This is a very good figure. Recommend it completely. I think I would even go as far as to say this is my best Kong figure in my current collection. So definitely pick it up. And again, it goes well with your NECA 1962 Godzilla figure. You can't go wrong with having these two paired up and having nights of endless fights and humiliation. So uh, now I was hesitant on picking up the Playmates Godzilla figure. I didn't buy it, but I did get a video shot of it when I did pick up this Kong at the Walmart. So I'll just show it to you so you can see for yourself. Um, I'm not the biggest fan of the legendary Godzilla design. I like it, but it's not in my top five. But it's good. So if you're a fan of that design, I definitely do recommend Playmates Godzilla from the Kong versus Godzilla film. I have to say it is I if you had any doubts that Playmates was going to uh make a decent figure, I do think they removed all doubt. Not on par with NECA's sculpting and design, but it's a lot better than their more recent Bandai USA licensed figures that they came out with. The dorsal fins are made of rubbery plastic, painted in a very light blue to indicate the usage of the heat ray. The sculpting is pretty decent. It's not bad. It's pretty well done, and considering that it's only $10, it's actually a good buy. So if you're a fan of this design, yes, I also do recommend the Godzilla figure from the Playmates Kong versus Godzilla toy line. So honestly, I think this toy line is pretty good. It does what it's supposed to do, and it's an affordable price. You can't go wrong with it. So yeah, I recommend both figures. Even though I only bought the Kong figure, um, if you wanted to get the Godzilla figure, yeah, I do recommend it. I think it's not a bad design from Playmate, and hopefully it means that better figures are on their way. So definitely pick it up, and just in time for Kong versus Godzilla, which is coming in a couple weeks. So looking forward to that, and I can't wait to see who's gonna win. I know he's owed his vengeance though, so I'm rooting for Godzilla all the way. But yeah, I think as the days draw near, I get excited about it, and finally we get to see a remake and a rematch of these two monsters fighting from the last time being in 1962. So I'm looking forward to it. This is going to be an exciting time and an exciting movie. I hope. So definitely check it out. And again, pick up this guy. It's only $10. You can't go wrong with it. This is yours truly, Alberto Martinez, CEO of The Last Man from Comics, writer, author, illustrator, a street champion, road warrior Drake, that guy you see behind Kong. Kickstarter campaign will be coming soon. Hit me up on a DM and Twitter if you want to be included on the mailing list, which I will launch officially in a couple weeks. And all kinds of goodies are planned. So looking forward to that, guys. Take care, and I will see you soon.